planning or planting?
Planning.
Oh, planning 101. Before you really start gardening, you have to ask yourself the why. Why are you gardening? You already know the health benefits. Maybe that is why you're doing it. But apart from that, why do you want to garden? Is it because you want some fresh herbs to incorporate into your meal? Is it because you want to garden large scale and help really feed your family? Do you want to preserve enough food to have something stocked up for winter? Are you wanting to share food with others? Do you want to donate food for your local community?
Wow,
There's just so many different things that are the why, and I think it's important to know a little bit of what your why is before you start, and that'll determine how much space you need, what you're going to do, and all of that. I love Instagram. I like pretty pictures, but your gardening should not be just to have a pretty photo, and I'm saying that to myself too. It needs to go beyond what you see, just on a screen. And I think a lot of times we tend to follow people that garden and do all these things, and it's like, oh, I want to do that. That looks cool. But there's a lot more to it than that. So really discover your why and what's going to work for you in the space you have, that sort of thing.
Probably the biggest trap people fall into is doing more than they should, more than I should. I'll make this introspective.
Yeah, because we did that.
It usually starts when people are looking for property. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna garden. I'm gonna go all out. I'm looking for 100 acres.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, our garden is probably 1/8 of an acre. Plus, you got some fruit trees around, and you got some blueberries over here. But you can grow a ton of food in a very small area.
Ours is too big, really. I mean, you don't need that.
Okay, ours is too big. There you go.
Well, no.
Confessional time. Okay. So basically, yeah,
Carry
that's true.
on.
We just start to grow a lot more flowers. Like at first, it was we need to grow food. The reason we're here is to grow food. Then it was like, well, but it's kind of beautiful to have flowers, and the flowers attract the bees, and we'll talk more about that later. But basically, start a plan, and if that is as literal as I have a patio, does it get enough light? I'm gonna start with one big pot, and I'm gonna put a tomato plant in the middle. I'm gonna put basil on this side, and cilantro here, and another herb here, and then just ideally start it from seed. But maybe just start from a plant.
Yeah.
Like plan how you're gonna handle this. Okay, I'm gonna grow this plant, I'm gonna eat it, and then when it's not producing anymore, I'm gonna start over, I'm gonna do something different. If you got the hang of that, then you go to a seed. Okay, I'm gonna plan to start with a seed, I'm gonna grow something, and then it's gonna grow, and then I'm gonna have this, this pot really flourishing. But the best part about it, I think, is planning and then seeing that plan come to fruition. Mm-hmm. So it's literally writing it down. What's that statement? Write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah.
And so write it down and say, all right, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do. And that sounds very simple with a pot. But then it gets much bigger when you're like, okay, I got this 100 feet by 50 foot yard. I wanna make the whole thing garden beds. Okay, now you gotta plan it all out to the very T. Down to I'm gonna be kneeling down on this side to pull weeds. Can I do the same on the other side? So you're planning out dimensions. You're gonna start to draw things out. You're gonna rotate your crops. You wanna make sure there's not trees in all the right or wrong areas that are blocking your garden. You wanna make sure there's good drainage. We're gonna talk more about that.
You're saying
planning,
a lot.
yeah, I'm saying a lot. Planning is extremely important. It might be the most important part of the garden because everything else just falls in line with the plan. Whatever you wrote down, now you're gonna follow that plan.
And I will say, I think it's always okay to start smaller scale.
Yes.
If that goes so great and you're like, oh, I can totally do more. We have space, let's do it. Then you can do more. It doesn't mean your plan won't change. It just means have a plan, start it smaller, know what you're working with, and then you can.
Because there's something you're gonna encounter called weeds.
Oh, it's too early on to threaten them with that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There are weeds.
It's roses and butterflies from here on out.
That's what I'll show on Instagram.
All right, planning's important.